to the graduating ceremony of the Lenox Memorial High School Class of 2024. I'm Dr. Ames, and I'd like to begin by inviting Class Secretary Luca Jordan to the podium to lead us in the salute to the flag.
Please join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing.
Thank you, Luca. Next, I'd like to invite Genevieve Collins to the podium to sing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jenny. Our first speaker today is Dr. William Collins. Dr. Collins has been with us for just over a year now. In fact, his speech at last year's graduation ceremony was likely the first time any of you saw or heard of him. He's been a wonderfully positive influence on Lenox Memorial and the district as a whole, and has managed to accomplish a great deal in a very short amount of time. On behalf of the students, faculty, and staff at Lenox Memorial, I'd like to very publicly thank and welcome to the podium Dr. William Collins.
Parents, family, friends, school committee members, administrators, and staff, it is my honor to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2024. This group of students earned a label early on and is one that is stuck, following them from kindergarten straight through to their senior year. They have been described grade after as a really good bunch of kids. Just like that perfect recipe, there is something special about the chemistry of this group of individuals comprising the class of 2024. I need not remind you that this is the class that began high school during the pandemic, a fate undeserved by anyone. It is a testament to their resiliency. They not only returned in-person instruction, but they made up for lost time. They have done a lot. They are doers and dreamers, achievers and accomplishers, highly intelligent and exceedingly kind. I have been asking myself, how can I share my message with this class on how to find enduring happiness and the secret to success in a way that will be remembered beyond the first graduation party? And then it hit me, wait, I have hundreds of allies right here in this cause. What if I don't give the graduates the advice, and instead I give the advice to you, the supporting force behind the graduates, to parse out as needed? Graduates, you can tune out for a few minutes. We used to say in our house, don't yuck someone's yum. Just because you don't find something tasty doesn't mean it's not the most delicious food ever to someone else's palate. So I say to you, family and friends of these graduates, it's okay if their passions are different than your passions. It's even okay if their passions are the exact opposite of your passions. Except when it comes to supporting the Yankees. I mean, we have to draw a line somewhere. One of the joys of life is the pursuit of happiness. Our Declaration of Independence refers to the pursuit of happiness as one of our unalienable rights, along with life and liberty. And stop and think about this for a moment. Our lives and our liberty are as unalienable a right as our pursuit of happiness. Those founding our nation were willing to go to war with the most powerful empire on the planet to preserve that idea. Apologies in advance to any math teachers in the audience. Rarely is the shortest line between 2 points the fastest road to happiness. Circuitous routes are the best routes. Serendipity, by its very nature, lives where we don't expect it. Pleasant surprises lie waiting unseen and unforeseen around the next bend, on paths that we never expected or intended to take. Just think about all those fortuitous accidents in our lives. For me, meeting my wife, Diane, was one of them. The timing of everything that needed to be in place for she and I to meet is beyond calculation. So where is happiness found? Oftentimes, the route to happiness is not where we think it's going to be. We tell ourselves that we will achieve happiness if only. If only we can have this new toy, these clothes, this car, this house, this job. Then some new happiness, if only goal comes along to take its place. We mistake happiness for gratification. So if things don't bring lasting happiness, what does? People, more specifically, friends. In 1948, Boston University initiated the Framingham cardiovascular study. Over 5,200 people in Framingham, Massachusetts were enrolled into the original cohort. In the 70s, an offspring cohort was created. And in 2002, a third-generation cohort was created, making this the longest longitudinal cohort health study in the country. The study set out to understand common factors that contribute to heart disease. But in doing so, researchers collected data on a wide variety of lifestyle factors, including social networks. The study suggests that happiness impacts health and social relationships impact happiness. It turns out that regardless of how much material wealth we acquire, having a happy group of connected friends or a wide social network, we are more likely to bring about enduring happiness. Even one friend can make a difference. The study found that living within a mile of a friend who is a happy person has a 25% chance of making us happier. The study also suggests that if we have a friend who has happy friends, it will positively impact our happiness. This leads on to the secret to success. I was reading an article about Steve Jobs' secret to success. Ready for what one of the youngest people to ever make the Forbes list of the nation's richest people had to say about success? Ask for help. There you have it. You don't have to go it alone. Steve Jobs said, "I've never found anyone that didn't want to help me when I asked them. I called up Bill Hewitt, the co-founder of Hewitt-Packard, when I was 12 years old. Hi, I'm Steve Jobs. I'm 12 years old. I'm a student in high school, and I want to build a frequency counter, and I was wondering if you have any spare parts I could have. He laughed, and he gave me the spare parts, and he gave me a job that summer at Hewlett-Packard, and I was in heaven. Most people never pick up the phone and call. Most people never ask, and that's what separates sometimes the people who do things from the people who just dream about them. We should encourage our graduates to seek help when needed and accept it when offered. As our graduates follow the path in pursuit of their unalienable rights, we must tread lightly around their dreams. I would not be the least bit surprised if one of these graduates behind me earned an Oscar or a Pulitzer or the Nobel Peace Prize. It would not surprise me if one of them contributed to the first manned mission to Mars or became part of the research team that finds a cure to cancer. Maybe there's even a future governor, senator, or even a president in our midst. Okay, graduates, it's time for you to tune back in. Please know that as you walk off this stage and head out to begin the next chapter of your lives, that LMHS is a better place for your having attended. Even though you will not physically be with us in September, the echoes of your time with us, your passion, your impact will reverberate with us for years to come. In the same way that we will continue to carry a little piece of you here with us, we know that you will carry a little piece of us with you, whether you stay in Lenox or travel halfway around the globe. On behalf of the entire Lenox school community, I wish you the very best and brightest future imaginable, and know that we expect great things from the class of 2024.
Thank you, Dr. Collins. Next, I invite this year's salutatorian, Alice Culver, to the podium.
Good afternoon.
Good. How's that?
Good afternoon. Before I begin, I would like to thank the administration and faculty of Lenox, our family and friends, and everyone who joined us here today. Thank you for celebrating this special moment with us. For many of us, our last graduation was from Morris Elementary 7 years ago. For those of us that went to Morris, one of our last projects was to write a poem titled Where I'm From. We each brainstormed the most important parts of our life and how those things made us who we were. As part of our 5th grade moving up ceremony, we each went up to the microphone and recited one line of our poems. When I looked back at my own poem recently, I realized that in some ways I haven't changed. I'm sure every one of us would feel the same way. What was important to us as 5th graders is likely still important to us now in one way or another. The bottom line is, we are still from those places and things, but now we are from more. If we were asked to write one of those poems today, we would certainly have more to add. The experiences that we've had throughout middle and high school have definitely changed us. The people that we've been with have changed us. Our teachers, coaches, and friends have shaped us into who we are today. We've found communities in sports teams, clubs, and even classes. We've discovered passions and interests that we never could have expected as 5th graders. We could now say that we are from the Lenox cross-country team, the cast of Mamma Mia, or Robotics Club. That is what makes this group of students so special. Throughout our time at Lenox, each of us has grown and changed. We recently opened our time capsules from 7th grade. Needless to say, most of us cringed at some of the keepsakes that we included and the letters that we wrote to our future, now present, selves. There's no doubt that the time capsules are physical representations of how much we've grown since middle school. Some of these changes have been expected, like getting our driver's licenses or learning algebra, well, hopefully. And some have been unexpected as we've tried new things and eventually discovered what makes us who we are. Over the past 7 years, we've become a group of artists, athletes, performers, and more. A few weeks ago, our class struggled to find a good date for our senior skip day. It seemed like an impossible task. Every day there was a different activity going on, whether it was a softball game, an AP Latin exam, or a crew regatta. I think that this speaks to this class's diverse interests and extracurriculars. No one wanted to miss anything, knowing that they were some of our last times doing what we love in high school. After all, it is these pursuits that have made us who we are today. This is different for each one of us, but there are some things that we all have in common from our time here. If we were each to write a Where I'm From poem now, there are certain experiences that most of us could include. We're from writing cuneiform with Mrs. Corey Cady and reading The Crucible with Miss Getson. We are all from working together this past February to beat the 6th graders in the school-wide reading contest and maybe getting a little too much joy out of it. Or from our class trip to DC. Or from dragging a trampoline into the school parking lot for our senior prank and watching Weaver and Stranko go down the slip and slide. Think about how much each of us has grown from those little 5th graders, even though we thought we had it all figured out. We may be from towns across Berkshire County, but we are all from Lenox Memorial. We have changed in countless ways since 5th grade, and we will all change more in the next 5, 10, and 20 years. There's no predicting where life will take us. Some of us will surely cross paths, and some of us maybe won't. But there's one thing about us that won't change. We are all from the Lenox class of 2024. That is one thing that will always tie this special group together. So, as you go on with your lives, I ask all of you to remember where you're from. Remember the 5th graders standing at the microphone in the Morris gym, and the high school seniors here today about to graduate. Remember not only the good times, but the bad times too, and what they taught you. I feel so lucky to be from the Lenox Memorial class of 2024, and I am so grateful for all the memories we've shared. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Next, I invite our valedictorian, Genevieve Collins, to return to the podium.
I would like to first reiterate what Alice said and thank you all so much for being here. As I pondered how to begin this speech, I remembered how we were taught in middle school to begin our essays with a hook. We built off this tactic over the past years, but I recently discovered it can be useful for a speech like this. Having said that, I'll begin with a quote from St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, which states, quote, "When so rich a harvest is before us, why do we not gather it? All is in our hands if we will but use it," end quote. These words pertain to our journey in the Lenox schools. Throughout our time here, we have, unbeknownst to us, been growing and gathering a harvest of our own. Our different experiences have brought us to where we are today. From tracing our first letters in kindergarten to writing long, independent research papers as juniors, we've come a long way and learned so much during our time in Lenox. But there have been many other equally important lessons outside the classroom. We've learned from our families, bosses, and the example of the wonderful community in Lenox the importance of hard work, dedication, kindness, and honesty. Along the way, we've owned our many talents through the activities we've participated in. The time we spent playing soccer under the lights, reciting lines of Shakespeare in the Duffin, and slapping desks in room 47 to answer quiz team questions has brought us to who we are today, and it is safe to say we've grown a bountiful harvest here. Moving forward, it is important to note that our talents and work have a unique purpose, and the bounty we can provide will make the world a better place. Have the courage to give. I've learned so much from others sharing their gifts with me. Teachers have given me knowledge, friends have given me joy, coaches have given me strength, and brothers have given me the inspiration to push someone through a wall. But these experiences make up who I've become, and they're a part of my harvest. even the not-so-proud moment when I forced my mother to repair sheetrock. And certainly you have your different experiences which have molded your strengths and talents. For the rest of your lives, know that the strong foundation you've cultivated in Lenox is your own. It makes you special and has given you many gifts. The question then becomes, how exactly can we put these gifts to good use? And I must admit that upon first analyzing the quote, I felt overwhelmed by this job and by the vastness of the future and all the tasks I must complete. However, the beauty of these words lies in the simplicity of their message, which is to have faith in oneself. Be honest to your character and let yourself be vulnerable to the world as it begins to unfold in this next chapter. In times of triumph or mistake, life will keep moving forward. In this moment, the nature of a commencement ceremony inherently opens up an untold number of new pieces to the puzzle we must all put together in our life. As we leave here today, we know we'll be facing many adventures ahead, and it's safe to say we all want to find a method that will see us through. Given the formidable nature of this task, it's tempting to seek a complex solution. But in facing these complexities, the best tactic may be to call on the simple, honest answers of our Lenox childhood as a guide. We must stay confident in who we are and the foundation we've built, knowing we can tame the uncontrollable parts of life with the same simplicity and truth that guided St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. With each new challenge in life, we must learn to successfully reap our bountiful harvest, while sowing the seeds necessary for the next steps to come. Class of 2024, the world needs your gifts. Never cease giving, take advantage of every single moment, and be sincere to who you are. I have full faith that you will all do this in many profound ways. I'm so grateful for the years we've spent together and excited to see what is to become of the harvests you all hold. I know the world will only grow in abundance with these additions. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. The next portion of our program includes readings and performances from several different students. I'll begin by inviting Anna Nealon and Gabriella Hall to the podium to read a poem they've written.
Good afternoon, everybody. We just want to say thank you all for being here today.
A big thank you to our parents and teachers for sticking by our sides the whole way.
So without further ado, So Long Farewell by Ella Hall and Anna Nealon.
In caps and gowns, we stand today. Our high school journey fades away. Through tests and trials, friendships grew. In halls of learning, dreams pursue.
With laughter echoing down the halls and memories pinned to bulletin walls, we've conquered fears and reached new heights, guided by knowledge's leading lights.
Now as we turn the tassel side, to bright futures we dare to stride. With hearts so big and minds set free, we'll chase our dreams, just wait and see.
So here's to us, the graduating few, ready to face what's bright and new. Our high school days may bid adieu, but lifelong lessons, they'll stay true. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna and Ella. Next, we're joined by Lillian Colvin and Jackson Frederick, who will perform Long Live by Taylor Swift.
Hi, everybody. Okay, me and Jackson are gonna do Long Live by Taylor Swift. So, thank you.
Jackson needs a second.
Jackson needs a second.
I thought that it was going to go over the cap. It did not.
It's okay. Yeah. I said, remember this moment in the back of my mind. The time we stood with our shaking hands hands, the crowds in stands went wild. We were the kings and the queens, and they read off our names. That night you danced like you knew our lives would never be the same. You held your head like a hero on a history book page. It was the end of the decade, but the start of the age. Long live the walls we crashed through, how the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. One day will be remembered. I said, remember this feeling. I passed the pictures around of all of us dancing right there on the sidelines, wishing we were right now. We are the kings and the queens. We traded your baseball cap for a crown. And then they passed out our trophies, and we held them up for our town. And the citizens were outraged, screaming, this is absurd. This ballroom all made of mint of thieves in ripped up jeans got you the world. Long live the walls we crashed through, how the kingdom lights shine just for me and you. I was screaming, long live all the magic we made, and bring on all the pretenders. I am not afraid. Long live all the mountains we moved. I had the time of my life, fighting dragons with you. I was screaming, long live that look on your face, and bring on all the pretenders. One day will be remembered.
Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Jackson. While our next performers are getting set up, I invite Class President Alexander Fuster to the podium to speak.
Sorry. Good afternoon. I have to say, now I'm up here, it's all a bit surreal. It doesn't feel so long ago that we just entered the halls at Lenox, and now we're here. I'm pretty sure that everybody here is a little nervous and excited, as we were then and we're now. To say that our class has been through a lot is a massive understatement. I'm sure everyone here knows that high school, by its definition, is challenging. From trying to balance our social lives with sports, homework, grades, and the joys of standardized testing, and of course, who can forget the lovely pressures of college acceptance. Despite that, we overcame these challenges. We have some of the highest national honor and arts honors inductees in recent memory. We lead the school in varsity athletes, many of whom are captains. There's also been countless contributions to our school and the community around us. Oh yeah, we also received $1.5 million in scholarships. So what makes our class special, you ask? Well, we were able to accomplish all this alongside this little worldwide event called the pandemic. what hasn't been said about it already. Our freshman year was virtual, and sophomore year we still had to wear masks. But junior year felt like our first normal year of high school that we get to experience. March of last year, we had our first class trip of high school when we went to Washington, D.C. This was the first time in a while where our class felt like a class. All of us together, seeing the same sights, having our own unique memories, and telling the same stories as each other. Even though COVID drew us apart physically with the mask, social distancing, and endless Zoom calls, in reality, it brought us closer together, since it taught us to seize the moment and to jump on every opportunity that life gave us. And I'm very proud to say that we did just that. A few of us went over to Spain and saw the amazing sights of Madrid. A few others, including myself, went to Italy and experienced what Italians call la dolce vita, the sweet life. Some of us even drove up to Canada for a few days. During senior year, we continued to take every opportunity available to us. Many times this year, we went to New York City. We were able to experience the many different types of art located within the Big Apple, from just a painting on a wall to the vast array of architecture and the types of performance arts on Broadway. The class trip was even in New York, when we rode the rides and walked the boardwalk at Coney Island. We've done a lot around our school to make it a better place than when we started here. Many of us who are a part of student council have worked hard to make the school more fun, from organizing events such as the eclipse watching and our pep rallies. The work that these students have done has not gone unnoticed. Sorry, I lost my spot. Our National Honor Society members have helped many teachers both in and outside of school, contributing their time to help tutor other students as well as organize events outside of the school. Our National Arts Honors Society members have made the school a more vibrant and creative place by adding their own unique spin and to the creative ideas. It's been an honor being the class president for these past 2 years. I will truly miss everybody on this stage. There's a lot ahead of us though, but I'm very proud and confident that these experiences and opportunities will help us in the future. We all know that all of us here will succeed at whatever goals we put our minds to. We would like to thank our families whose love and support we couldn't make it here without, as well as the teachers who have guided us throughout these years. Also, thanks to our coaches who have helped us with our athletic careers. Special thanks to the administration whose work behind the scenes have made everything possible. Thank all of you for being a part of this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you for all you've done for the class of 2024 over the years. Next up, I'd like to introduce a band some of you already know well. TBD is made up of Jackson Frederick, Benjamin Ames, Ian Bridges, and Cormac Matthews. They'll be performing We're Going to Be Friends by the White Stripes.
Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes and walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We will lay upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound. Here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. Desert on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. Clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell. Noun and book and show and tell. At playtime we will throw the ball back to class, through the hall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. Teacher marks our hide against the wall. And we don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream when I'm in bed, and silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. But when I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Yes, I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Thank you, TBD. Next, I invite Finn Jolly to the podium.
There exists a theory within the scientific community that time as we currently see it is a bit of a construct, that the idea of past, present, and future only exists within the context of the human mind. Instead, the theory humors the idea that all of time exists at once, and our consciousnesses are simply rotating through these moments. Consider the frames of a film reel, where the reel exists as a whole at once, but light can only shine through one frame at a time. Class of 2024, I bring up this thrilling topic in hopes that as we leave behind 12 years of memories, which can seem progressively fleeting, you may find comfort in the fact that we will always be there. We will always be there, sledding down the hill at Morris. We will always be there, accidentally, waist deep in the school swamp, during our on-campus 7th grade field trip, and maybe learning some lessons from that. We will always be there, sleeping on Zoom classes and waking up to the teacher saying that class ended 10 minutes ago. Just me? We will always be there, watching the sun rise and set on our senior year. We will always be laughing, crying, studying, or forgetting to study. We will always be there. Yet, as we find comfort and growth in the past, know that as much excitement can be found in the future. Attack the unknown with the knowledge that your childhoods are in the safest of hands and never more than a turn of the film reel away. And just as memories we share today may be residue from the frames we flipped through in the past, I have felt at class day in the Duffin, at the final performance of Mamma Mia, or at senior nights throughout the year, a residue of the future frames which have yet to come. The spark in our laughter, a twinkle in the eye, hints of the incredible accomplishments which are waiting for each and every person on this stage. As you enter the next sagas in your lives, however, these successes may initially elude you. In these moments, when the interview goes badly, or you commit a little too much to the starving artist aesthetic, when freedom feels like a regression into maturity, do not be afraid to return here to this very moment. For we will always be here too, celebrating the incredible achievement of graduating high school and honoring the culmination of our lives up to now. Flip back through the frames when the going gets tough. We are waiting for you in 2024.
Thank you, Finn. Our final performer today is Romina Gomez, who will be singing All I Ask by Adele.
Yeah, that's good. Hello. All right. This song is very special. You can interpret it however you like. I think it's the best way to represent that bittersweet moment in our lives right now. So this one goes out to you, Mommy, over there. I love you.
Thank you, Rumina. Well, you've listened to some of them speak. You've heard some of them sing. We've watched them compete. We've seen them lose occasionally, but more often watched them win. We've seen them dance. We've heard them laugh. We've heard them cry. We've taught them how to care for each other and how to care for themselves. We've done our best to inspire them, to caution them, and to remind them of who they are and who we are. And while any parent will tell you that the work of a parent is never done, the truth is that today marks a turning point. Today, the class of 2024 lifts its head and shifts its gaze to the horizon, to the future, and all that it holds. So, to the class of 2024, recognizing that you are on a different path now, as a parent, as your principal, as your friend, on behalf of everyone here today, I thank you. I thank you for letting us be a part of your experience here at Lenox. Thank you for letting us watch you play soccer. Thank you for letting us listen in to all those conversations in the way back in the minivan as we drove you to and from everywhere. Thanks for including us in your writing process. Thank you for letting us take you on tours of all those college campuses. You thought we were nagging you, that we were annoyed. You thought we were mad, upset that you hadn't filled out more scholarship applications. But we loved every second of it. And we're going to miss it. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss every one of you in ways that you won't understand for about 25 years. I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things you find as you step from Lenox Memorial into your futures. In closing, as principal of Lenox Memorial Middle and High School, I attest that all those receiving a diploma today have met the graduation requirements as set forth by the school committee of the Lenox Public Schools and the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. To all those in attendance today, it is my great honor and privilege to present to you the Lenox Memorial Class of 2024. Let's get right to it. This is why we're all here. Next, I invite Veronica Fenton, chairperson of our school committee, and Dr. Collins to come forward to help me with the presentation of diplomas. First row. The first member of the class of 2024 to receive her diploma is Alice Culver. Charlotte Fleury Bellman. Carly Lyon. Anna Nealon. Zoe Sue. Reagan Soares Paradise. Hannah Alsdorf. Amber Arsenault. Ashley Arsenault. Robert Farron. Romina Gomez. Owen Hart. Max Loftus. Tegan Maximilian. Jasmine Ramos. Holland Tuck. Samuel Valenti. Marlene Valero Calderon. Ryan Alderton. Hutchison Bray. Sean Sestone. Genevieve Collins. Luca Jordan. Joshua Duque. Jackson Frederick. Nicole Illingworth. Finn Jolly. Jordan Catt. Juan Manrique. Maria Mendoza. Luisa Montero Tramontin. Excuse me. Nicholas Moore. Eliza Munch. Christopher Soule. Graham Thompson. Catherine Thompson. Yavuz Yildiz. Chloe Young. Mason Abdullah. Robert Alderton. Benjamin Ames. Arjun Baver. Dagan Brunette. Lillian Colvin. John Cooney. Ethan Fairfield. Alexander Fuster. Gabriella Hall. Finian Lenahan. Cormac Matthews. John Pignatelli. John Reinhold. Max Shepardson. Lucas Stites. Ian Bridges. Jack Goodman. John Milkey. Brendan Ward. Shaler Larman. And Connor Westlake. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Lenox Memorial Class. Parents, they are heading out to the large tree to circle up and throw their caps. You're welcome to join us.